You ever asked yourself in relationship, why can't I commit in my relationship? Or maybe it's about your partner. Why can't they commit in relationship? And hi, we are Sonika Tinker here. And my name is Christian Peters, and we are the founders of the LoveWorks solution.
We're going to give you some ideas about why you might not be ready to commit or be reluctant to commit. One of the first reasons is because you don't want to. I remember somebody once said, we're always doing what we want to do. So if we don't want to commit, it's because we don't want to commit. And there might be lots of good reasons for that. Perhaps there is some deeper truth underneath it of, you're not quite it. And I notice I'm reluctant to tell the truth about that. There's something unspoken in the space that needs to be spoken and explored.
Especially if you have been in many almost kind of relationships, and your heart might be longing so much to find the one and to find lasting love in a lasting relationship, then it might be very tempting also to not quite want to tell the truth about someone not being a good partner for you, or your own hesitations for whatever reason. That could be a reason why that shows up to yourself as, I just can't commit, but there's something else that needs to be spoken out loud.
Another reason that we see a lot actually is that I'm expecting myself to commit before I'm ready. When you're in the dating process, the building relationship process, it takes recurrence over time before we get to a place where we can declare, you know what, I want to marry you. I want to commit to you forever. It took Christian and I 2.5 years, takes some people 8 years, right? It takes something for us to get to the point where, I've been with you enough. We've been through enough together that I trust us, and I'm ready to be a yes. So sometimes we're reluctant because we're trying to push something before we're ready.
Yeah, and for our example, we had a long distance relationship. It took, like Sonika said, 2.5 years. If you had asked me a year and a half into our dating process, that was a good relationship we had. We were definitely close. But if you'd asked me at that point, I'm like, no, I'm not committing to that. I could have said to myself, why can't I commit? Why am I not ready to commit? Because there were so many things that hadn't fallen into place yet that did eventually all fall into place, as you can tell by us sitting here 16 years later.
Another reason is that you have a negative belief about commitment, or you have some unfortunate or painful negative experience associated with commitment that you're wanting to avoid by avoiding commitment. So it could be something from your past, maybe that you've experienced. Maybe you watched other people who committed and then it didn't turn out for them. So, your reluctance to commit can be also an opportunity for you to explore what might some of those be that it would help you to uncouple,
Yeah.
Commitment from those negative experiences.
I used to totally have that. For the longest time, I didn't commit in any relationship. I was always in and out of them. And one of the things I discovered by following that idea is, I had commitment completely associated with loss of all my freedom. So in my mind, I was imagining, if I say yes and really commit, I'm not going to be able to do that and that and that and that, and I'm going to be stuck. So I had this feeling of like being in prison. That was most of it was complete BS and unconscious stuff. But once I started looking at it, I could begin to pick it apart. That's part of what allowed me to, create this kind of relationship eventually.
One of the things I say about that too is that freedom can be freedom like kind of sideways for variety, and there's another kind of freedom available inside of commitment, which is more of a deeper, you could say like a deeper freedom. Another reason, and this was a big one for me that got in the way of me committing, was I didn't quite trust myself to come through no matter what. I realized actually in marrying Christian that, it wasn't so much as me committing to him as it was committing to me that I would make good on whatever shows up in our relationship, and I could count on me to rise to the challenge. So, for me, it was about developing my own sense of self, my own self-esteem, my own power, my own competence, my own trust in my ability to work through breakdowns and problems and to keep stepping up in love with my partner.
Yeah, so you can check out the links below here. We read the post below here, see the links for some more information. And Yeah, just be easy on yourself in this process. It could get pretty complicated, so don't feel bad if you need support around it. You can always reach out to us. We've helped many people in your situation navigate that process. So we're totally here for support if that's useful to you.
Yep, we got lots of ideas to support you to help get some more clarity for yourself about that. Good luck with that. Thanks for being with us.